I think the best events to make the most amount of money is free events. So if you want to turn this into this, here's why you should run them. Hey you guys, welcome back to the Mogul Magnus podcast. My name's Shona Magnus and I own and operate martial arts studios. I've been able to help some of my friends with their fitness businesses and I want to share what's worked best for us. There are two types of events that I've seen, and it's usually income generation as well as client generation, trying to grow your business. Usually what happens is people are planning out their calendars for the year, and every 4 to 6 weeks, they do income to boost their income that week or that month, and they do a client acquisition event, bring your buddies to our location. But what happens if you combine them? First, let's define these events. There's things like parent side outs, which are probably more specific to me because I tend to work with kids as well as whole families, as well as there's specialty skill classes, semi-private classes, and a bunch of other ideas. I'm sure you guys have run in your own businesses as well. Eventually, if you do too many of those in a row, you're going to start losing goodwill with your clients because they're going to feel like, oh, to go to another class, to go to another event, I have to pay more money. And even your most popular events will start to lower in size. And that's something we want to make sure we prevent. Client generation events might be something like a holiday-based thing like Easter or Halloween tied into those events of the season. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. So you can have events based around holidays to bring friends to try and blow it all up. For fitness, we've had a lot of success with our self-defense stuff, as well as doing something specific like 60 minutes for a 6-pack ab workout and stuff like that to try and draw a really broad brush to draw in a huge crowd, to try and grow our student base by having people invite their friends. What I was taught by my mentors was to make all events client acquisition events. So that means instead of charging $100 for you guys to come to this special session, this special class, if you bring a friend, it's 50% off. So that can give some incentive for them to bring a buddy and save some money. But these events, for me at least, weren't ever as big as my free events that I ran. And what I see as the most successful is the more people, the more opportunities you guys have to make money. Gary Vee popularized the jab, 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 right hook. So that translates into give, 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 then ask. Making sure you're always giving more than you're asking back for it. And I think that free events are the best way to do this, especially if you run them really, really well. So for me, what that looks like is when you run income-based events, that's basically taking your current student base, your current client base, adding the amount you're charging, and then you get some amount of money. And I'll put some real numbers to this just in a little bit. But when you run free events, you now take your current client base, add to the friends they bring with a killer offer for both sides of this, making sure you have an ascension offer, so leveling up your current base, as well as having a killer offer to get new clients in. So that's what we're going to talk about and why I think the more people you have, the more money you're going to make. So like I said, having free events is just about having more people in the room. The more people you are, the higher the emotions are, the higher the excitement and energy is in the room. And so that's going to create a culture, an environment of a lot of happiness and joy that'll hopefully encourage all of those people to buy, to participate, to consider your offer. I'm going to give you guys a real example of what we do in my business and what we make with income generation events and what metrics I use to measure my free events and how successful they are relative to our traditional income generation events. For us, we make somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000, and that profit looks something like $1,500 to $3,000 after it's all said and done with expenses, depending on the event and all that extra stuff in between, paying for staff. For our free events, what that looks like measured out is I either have to get 3 new people or I have to level up, ascend, whatever word you want to use, upgrade my current clients. I have to upgrade 5 of them. So either 3 new people or 5 upgrades. That's all I have to do. And so as long as I have a fantastic offer and I have those goals, I have those numbers in mind, and I just make sure I talk to everybody that walks in the door about both of our offers, I put it up on our whiteboard, and I follow up as well. Hitting those numbers isn't just about breaking even, because say I get the 3 new people. Our length of engagement, how long we traditionally keep clients, is 22.6 months. So I'm not just getting that upfront fee, I'm getting all the money across 22.6 months. So it's a lot more beneficial in the long game for me to run free events and focus on client acquisition and upgrade process. So then I raise the lifetime value of my current clients and I get a new client that odds are they're going to see, oh, we run these events, we get more than what we usually pay for in terms of the traditional class system. So that'll later down the road give me opportunities to level up our incoming clients to increase their lifetime value. So it's a lot more long gameplay over short gameplay. Income generators still have their place. They're a lot of fun, especially depending on what events you run. Families love them. Again, for me, like kids love our tournaments we run and the parents hideouts, hang out with the instructors after hours and stuff like that. So they have their place for sure, but I think free events are the real way for you guys to make more money in your business. I say offer free events, try offering them more. I think it's going to be really, really beneficial as long as you know what your bar is that you have to supersede or at least match your income generation events. As long as you guys are tracking all of that, I think you'll be really, really successful. If you enjoyed this video, share it with someone who you think should run more free events in their business, as well as you can check out my last video in the playlist to find out why you should be charging more money for your current services. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.